Great, perfect. So my name is Christian. I'm MD and the Chief Commercial Officer of Volocopter. And who of you knows already about Volocopter? Maybe hands up. Okay, our marketing team has done a great job already. See our Whisk friends there, which we made a photo just before. And who knows about urban air mobility? What is it? Basically, maybe hands up. Okay, a bit less. So, I mean, LA is the perfect place for urban air mobility. You have helicopter travel that exists since 30 years. But what it changed now? Why are so many investors going to now invest in new crazy startups and companies like ours? It's because of the electrification of the powertrain, right? So beforehand you had the combustion engine, and now you have the electrification of the powertrain coming from the drone technology, also a fully distributed electric propulsion system. This gives safety, and this gives also a new way of traveling in the future, and that's what we basically do. So yesterday, again, I hate to be stuck in traffic. I was stuck in traffic going from Santa Monica Pier here to downtown, and also in the beginning from LAX to here. Took me 1.5 hours. I think when you're good, lucky, it's 45 minutes. It took me yesterday 1.5 hours. Obviously, via air travel, I would have been there in 15-20 minutes. I do not say that this is on every spot perfect, because you need vertiports, you need infrastructure, also your customer journey must fit. But on certain routes where you have this congestion, on certain areas where you already have infrastructure, which you have here in LA, it makes totally sense, right? What are we doing? We are not a classical OEM. We have built up a product line of 3 different products right now. So what you can see in our exhibition, if you have not done yet, you should go there, see our Volo City. It's the first to be commercialized product. It's a 2-seater, fully electric, very redundant, very safe, very quiet. We talked to the mayor's office this morning, and this was a very big topic. So having not the noise that you have, for example, with classical helicopter travel. Our second product is the Volo Connect. It's a 4-seater for longer ranges. Our third product that we already have test flown is the Volo Drone, a cargo unit of the same specification as the Volo City, to be able to transport 440 pounds, so goods from A to B. And at the end, we want to deliver via our platform that we already started programming 1.5 years ago, called Volo Iq, a software solution and an urban solution for a city and for our customers. That's the ultimate goal. And it has been quite a while. So 1 month ago, we had a crazy party at our offices because it was our 10 years anniversary. We did Oktoberfest, not so easy, but 2G was available also there. So we celebrated this. I mean, this was one of our founders. 3 crazy engineers thought, why don't we lift up a person fully electric, which they did 10 years ago. It took us some years to work with authorities and build a proper prototype. And in 2016, we were granted permits to fly from the German authorities to fly manned. And then it all started off. You know, we went to Las Vegas, flew on stage. Dubai invited us to fly fully autonomously. We can fly the Volocopter in different modes: piloted, remotely controlled, and autonomous. The autonomous piece still takes time because we have to certify it. So we're working with authorities on that, but the other modes we can do immediately. We also work a lot with public perception. And I think this shows in Stuttgart, our flight 2019, where we showed our flight in front of 13,000 people, and we asked 1,300 people, how do you like to travel? What is good? What is bad? And got a lot of information that flow into our product. Singapore, in the Marina Bay Sands area, we flew also there, manned. The problem there was for our team, you know, you could not even hear the Volocopter flying, because I thought a lot of people are applauding. They could not hear it. They did not applaud, but for the authorities, it was good. They made thumbs up, and now we are very active in Singapore. We also flew in Le Bourget this year in Paris. And last but not least, obviously, also we want to make it in the US. That's why we flew in Oshkosh, the biggest aviation festival in US, where 100,000 of people spectated. Why are we doing that? We want to tell the story, it's there. It's not the Jetsons, it's not in 10 years, it's there now. We will run for the commercial license within now the next 2 to 3 years. And we want to make the Paris Olympics in 2024 happen with first flights commercially sold. That's our target. Now, coming to the customer journey, how would that look like? So I would take out my phone, I'm here, I look, okay, where are first takeoff and landing areas in the app, how you know it also from Uber. I select it, I reserve my flight, and then I can go off. Maybe I have to go with an e-scooter or another mode of mobility to this vertiport that we built up one-on-one in Singapore in 2019, full scale. It's not fake, it's all real pictures here. You have maybe a biometric scan that it's you yourself, and then you go to the Volocopter and then you hop off. We have different use cases. The one is the business traveler. He wants to be predictable, on time, at the spot, but also a tourist, especially in Singapore, you know, flying around Marina Bay Sands and having a great view, flying to Sentosa Island. This is actually also what we are aiming here. So different customer segments in that respect. So you could ask now, what's now exactly about the product? So what is the specification? Our two-seater product will be in the beginning flown with a pilot and have capacity for 1 passenger and a baggage luggage compartment. And this vehicle will fly with today's technology. I again phrased it again with today's technology, 22 miles, because you see a lot of out there 50, 100 miles, yeah, but maybe in 5 years. So we will have a range which can easily cover the urban environment of LA and all big cities. And in the future, when battery technology advances, we can fly even further with that vehicle. This two-seater is perfect for the city mission. Why? It has 18 motors and high redundancy, so it's very safe. It's very silent because we have those many rotors and do not need so much energy per motor and rotor. And it's obviously fully electric and sustainable in flight. Then the multi-seater, so the Volo Connect, we have flown that scaled in March this year and will build up a full-scale prototype. It's a 4-seater, can fly 60 miles, and looks different. It has wings, you know, it has pushers. So this is really for the city-to-city environment. It has another footprint. It might be not as silent as the Volo City. So that's why we have those two products, because we believe the Volo City is perfect for the city mission. And then for urban or city-to-city, it's the Volo Connect. And last but not least, we have the Volo Drone, which we flew just 1 month ago in Hamburg together in a use case with DB Schenker, who has also invested in us. And an electric cargo bike was bringing the pallet. We were loading it to the Volo Drone. It can lift up 440 pounds. And we flew along the Elbphilharmonie in front of 200 people and invited guests there, which was great. And also this use case, I think, makes us unique, that we look not only on passenger, but also goods transport. So our last product is the Volo Iq, what I call the brain. So actually, you know, we have to operate. We also want to operate. What about the flight operations? The battery management, we do a battery swap. So we have to charge the batteries to have always a healthy, sustainable battery with us. So therefore, Volo Iq comes into play. But also when we connect to weather data, we will have a digital twin, a representation for every flight. So we'll check the route, we will know the weather, wind conditions, we know if there are obstacles on the way. And this is obviously adding safety also to our mission for the pilot and in the future for our autonomous operations. This slide says the market is big and we validated it. I think everybody knows it's a multi-trillion transportation market. We penetrated it with our logic, and you see the urban mission, city mission is the biggest market share, then the Volo Connect city to city, and then obviously also a very big market on logistics for delivering to rural areas, remote areas, and urban parceling. sometimes I say here, but I do not want to clap our shoulders. We have the real deals. You see a lot of out there and announcements of potential orders and so on. So we are going there always step by step and say what we have. So we have strong partners on board, one in China, Chile, who owns Volvo. They just placed an order of 150 units. We are operating with them together. We have Japan Airlines invested in us. They placed an order recently of 100 units. And we also have strong collaboration with Paris. We have a signed agreement with RATP and ADP there since June this year. And we are very strong, in collaboration with Singapore authorities and recently also in Rome. And more obviously lined up. I said, the good thing is now that cities are coming to us and we do not have to come to cities anymore. Obviously we are coming, but you know what I mean? So I think the mindset has changed on demand and interest on this technology. And we always, we saw that today, we always having a partnership-oriented approach. We want to build up an ecosystem, and that's why I thank John and the team also today from LA CoMotion to bring this ecosystem also in LA together, because we need infrastructure, we need airspace management, we need the airports, we need the mobility providers. Yeah, so we have also partnerships in place in Southeast Asia with Grab. We need the authorities like the municipalities and also FAA. So all that I think is important, and we bring that when we come to a city, this ecosystem with us to make it a reality. Quite proud, obviously, of our collaboration with LA CoMotion and UML Urban Movement Labs that help us also getting that network together. We are also, I mean, as a young company, you have to fundraise, you need credible investors, right? And we started also early and picked and chose deliberately the investors. So we have an automotive cluster with Daimler, Geely, Continental that invested very early on. We have a aviation cluster with Japan Airlines, Tokyo Century, but we also have financial investor, family offices, and last March also we got a kind of blessing by BlackRock, and when a big one asset manager like that comes into play in a private round, I think that's quite good. We are also obviously very proud of our team. We are very proud of our partners. We have grown now to around 500, 550 people. When I joined, we were 40 to 50 people. So quite an amazing journey. And we want to make it happen. We want to make it happen also in the US, and looking forward for striking the right partnerships here, getting the right partners on board. And if you want, I think we are still 2 to 3 minutes left. So if you have a question, do not mind, pose it, go to the microphone, and I try to answer it. Thanks a lot for your time.
Hey there, quick question, big fan, love what you guys have been doing over the past couple of years. Whenever you think about infrastructure required to charge these types of vehicles, obviously you would be able to create an amazing Voloport that is your own thing. But when you're looking to other cities, you have to start factoring in the people who own the rights to rooftop helipads and that whole infrastructure. So is that something that you guys are seeing, that you'll kind of, you'll be able to build rooftop helipad infrastructure as well? Or do you see that as an opportunity for somebody else to come in and say, we are specialists in putting charging stations on the top of skyscrapers or what have you, to be able to enable the, the true full-scale urban air mobility?
Yeah, I think for me, those were two parts of questions. So the one thing is on our business model, we as Volocopter, we do not want to own the airport or the terminal. So we work together with real estate companies, with airports, or with companies like Skyports that build up the vertiport, obviously with our requirements. So second thing is what you mentioned is charging. So our concept is a battery swapping concept, which is good because if you do fast charging, you have to leave the vehicle there at a helipad for 40, 50 minutes, and this rooftop is blocked. So with us, it's like a pit stop, changing the battery, hopping off again after 5 minutes. We have designed for that a specific battery container where we can slow charge batteries. So to, I would say, recreate existing helipad, that's no problem. Plus, yes, I see really, we see that already today. There are players in the market that buy options on rooftops to build a kind of takeoff and landing area for such kind of vehicle already today. And this will become even more, because you will add a new mobility access to your tower, to the inhabitants of that tower. And obviously, as we learned, this is very silent, so it does not disturb you, the even better. Thank you. Okay, if there's no other question, thanks a lot for your consideration. Have a good day. Thank you.